Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ & Sons and our Planet Coasters Austin Carnival series here, where we got the first coaster built in the last episode, and so today we're going to work on a lot of the surrounding coaster area. One of the first things, as you're going to see, is going to be our exit building. Now, I was kind of just toying around doing some minor detail work off camera, and really wanted to kind of lay the groundwork for this building. And I got a little ahead of myself, as you can see. It can happen. So I already got the shelving up. I already got the picture store up. I did put a picture frame thing or a on-ride photo section on the coaster. So we do have the pictures up in place there. And then I've also got plenty of shelving here throughout this whole section to be kind of a guest shopping area, and also the restrooms in the corner too, well, in case you get sick or you just got to go after being on such an amazing coaster that we built. That was kind of the thought in terms of having that. So we are sticking, because it is a wooden coaster with the mostly wood floor, but I do like the stone bottom to these buildings with the wood. I figure most of these buildings would either generally have stone, concrete, or even possible brick bases to them. Just because you would have to have a foundation for it, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Now, here's the picture frames as you see coming in. I really do love how these things turned out. I think it's just looks so good from here, and I love the way they do change with coaster cars as it goes by. That just gives it that really big element. Now, the gift shop section, I did kind of struggle for a minute with. And I'm still kind of working out the final kinks on that, to be honest with you. But, we're trying to figure it out. We're going little by little to make this thing work. So we're going to finish up this exit building. We have those two larger window sections. And then we're also going to do some final coaster decorating. Most wooden coasters have a little covered section. I want to add in at least a couple of them. I think it'll help improve I don't know if it actually improves the excitement rating for the coaster, but I think it makes it look good. And in reality, on these, it does add a little bit of a newer element to it. So we're going to jump into the time lapse here. As you can see, the video already speeding up as we get into this thing. And guys, I'm going to hop off, let y'all enjoy the music time lapse, and I'll catch up with y'all here in just a little bit. Alright guys, and I'm back. So here we are, just doing some of the final stuff for this coaster, I think, and really this is what's going to have it be finished off at this point. I do like how those covered sections went in. I think it works pretty damn well for it. The last thing I really need to do is kind of block it off with some fencing, right? Can't just have open track next to people. Gonna have to put the fencing in. So that's what you're seeing me do right now, is just kind of getting this fencing loaded in to really block off this ride from people trying to get on the track in the middle of it running because they lost a hat or something. You know, it happens. Ask Six Flags Over Georgia. People do stuff to get hats. So that's pretty much what we're doing to kind of finish this one up. Outside of that, I think this ride is pretty much done. And I think it might be a little bit before we end up adding in a new coaster. So this is going to be pretty much our premier coaster for a while. Because in reality, if you opened up a new park starting out small with a Carnival style segment, you would come into this with, you know, you add one coaster and that's going to be your master attraction for a while till you get a new one, right? So I'm going to take this fence. I'm going to have to... this is always the more tedious work of it, but, you know, it's part of Planet Coaster. As tedious as it is, and as much as I think myself and maybe other people that play it are like, oh my God, why do I got to keep doing this? You silently love the pain of it. I think we really do for the most part, you know, but that's just me. Maybe not, but maybe that's just me. So trying to get these little things in here. Like I said, this will be done, and we are going to get a POV ride of the completed coaster fully. I hope I removed all the trees from slapping you in the face, but we'll see. And I don't, you know what, a little woundage on a ride ain't going to kill any. Well, as long as it doesn't kill you, it ain't going to kill you. Maybe scratch you up a little bit, but toughen some people up, I think, at this day and age, and I think more people need that. So I am kind of mapping out as I bring this fence around, right? It's to a point where it does kind of map out the shape of this area and where we're going to kind of go with it. Although as the park evolves, plans are definitely going to change for this stuff. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll make sure that, you know, everything is kind of taken care of. But we're going to kind of try to let the park evolve naturally. Now here, I really love how these red rocks look, especially with all the greenery. I really enjoy how they look. And in reality, man, if you went cutting into the dirt in some parts, now not so much Texas in reality. Texas is more, I guess, limestone or whatever, but it's not going to be red. But I just love how it looks and fits into the park. The color scheme, and especially with the wood walkways, the wooden paths, I think it looks just incredible for it. So we are completely finished with this ride. Its prestige, of course, is a 5, but the scenery bonus is only 91%. For some reason, I feel like once we added in those two little covered section, probably should have gotten a little bit higher up. But you know what? Who am I to question the creators of the game? And then, I mean, they did actually count the lift hill and all that stuff as a very non-exciting portion. And I think anybody who's been on a coaster, yeah, it goes slow, but man, your adrenaline starts pumping the closer you get to the top of that hill, right? So, you know, take it for what it is. Grain of salt, right? Glass half full. So this is going to be the park where it's going to stand for a while. And the next episode, we're probably going to start looking at the entranceway. If we're going to expand to become a bigger park, we need a bigger entranceway to handle all the guest flow. And that's why, you know, this building looks pretty huge. I think the lighting, the funny thing is lighting during the daytime is just so off on the inside of buildings. You know, that was a big thing from Planet Coaster 1 is, like, especially when you build dark rides. You know, it was never actually dark on the inside because it was lit, because it was daytime, but here it is. So, well, we'll have to work on that, get through those kinks, you know. But let's go ahead and, guys, jump into the POV of the completed Cyclone. Now I'm going to leave y'all off here with this so you can see the Cyclone, a couple little last cinematic views of the park, and I will see y'all in the next episode as we continue building Austin's Carnival. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and well, you know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.